Here is a breakdown on how exactly I am getting shredded. A lot of people have asked me, Sean, what are you eating? How are you training? What's your sleep? What's your supplements? How are you getting this shredded? In this video, I'm going to run you through it all, and you're 100% going to leave with a load of knowledge. So before you even watch, make sure you go down, like, subscribe, and drop a comment, because this is going to help you a load. So firstly, going back about 4 years ago to when I first started. This was my first ever cut. I started at the gym and I was skinny fat. So I didn't know what to do from this point. I just knew that I wanted a six pack. I was young, I was naive. I thought having a six pack would bring me a lot of women. So I went into a deficit without even knowing what a deficit was. I was eating about 300 to 600 calories a day. I was literally like eating disorder level. And what I was eating was literally just salad, thinking it was the most healthy thing ever. I'd go outside, because at the time I didn't have a gym membership. I'd lift rocks, I'd be curling rocks. I'd go in the boxing bag, I'd start boxing the boxing bag. I wanted to be an MMA fighter back then. I was also doing around 500 to 1,000 push-ups per day. As I said, didn't have weights, I wanted to improvise. But a lot of cardio on the boxing bag, and a lot of runs, a lot of walks, all of that. I got very, very, very skinny. That was my first cut. The biggest mistakes in that was the fact that I was eating in too much of a deficit. I had no protein goal, wasn't tracking my macros, wasn't going to the gym, doing way too much cardio, and not having the correct knowledge. So from there I realised, okay, I need to bulk up first before I try and do a massive cut down. I bulked up, however I did a dirty bulk. I put on way too much fat. I ended up getting heart issues, like heart palpitations, because I was there going on runs, doing kickboxing, going to the gym 6 days per week, and eating 4,500 calories a day of pure junk food. So I gained around 30 kg roughly, and I was fairly fat. Unhealthy, had acne, felt sluggish, testosterone levels were definitely was such an unhealthy lifestyle. So from there I was like, right, okay, I'm chubby now, I should do a cut down. This is my second cut. I got a coach, I learned exactly how to cut down. I cut down, I looked absolutely insane. Didn't feel the best, was very, very moody because of how fast I dropped down in weight. But overall, the cut went quite good. I did this cut whilst actually training with limited weights because it was during the lockdown. So yeah, I made it work, that was that. But the biggest mistake of that cut wasn't actually during it, it was afterwards. So because I'd restricted myself from foods for like 16 weeks, so the second that finished, after me restricting myself for ages, I started going out every single weekend, drinking alcohol, eating a load of fucking shit because of how long I restricted myself from that. And I was still lean while doing all this, but slowly and slowly and slowly I started to lose the definition in my muscles. My abs started to fade away. I just said I was bulking, even though I was going out like twice per week and eating like shit daily. But I said it was a bulk because I was still going to the gym. And it took me a while to get out of this phase. So now skipping forward to 2023, where I'm currently at now, I'm 4 weeks into my shred. It's my second ever proper shred, third ever if you want to count that first one, which was fucked. Have a lot more knowledge. I coach people now to change their lives, and I'm ready to get absolutely shredded. But this is where we're currently at. As I said, 4 weeks in, 10 weeks left to go, and then we have a photo shoot. That is why I'm currently on this shred, or some would say prep. So of course, I have a goal in 10 weeks time to do this photo shoot. And a lot of people ask me the question, Sean, how do I know when it's the right time to cut down and get shredded? I always say, if you're doing a bulk, okay, and you get to a point where you're a bit chubby, don't do a massive cut unless you really feel like the time is right. I'd always recommend doing a mini cut. However, if you've bulked for a while from being skinny, obviously, you're putting on a good bit of fat and you feel like you have enough muscle mass then to cut down, then that is the right time. That's the only time that I cut. If you're obese, obviously I'd cut as well. But if you're really skinny, avoid that shit. If you're skinny fat, avoid it. You don't need fucking abs. You need to put on some muscle first before you decide to go cutting down. I am training every single day fasted. The split I am currently doing is lower, push, pull, posterior. Of course, posterior, by the way, if you don't know, is back, hamstrings, and a bit of triceps. This split is fully designed for me and my weak points, so it might not suit you. So I'm training 4 days per week. I have 3 days off to rest. So in these 4 days, I am training hard. So you see all these things on TikTok of people doing like 2 sets to absolute failure. I'm kind of doing that, but using much more volume. Reason being is I absolutely love volume training. I've always loved it, but in the last few years, I've kind of just been like more so down the route of training to failure, like 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps to failure. And I kind of fell out of love with the gym, if I'm fully honest with you, because it just got so repetitive, and what I always enjoyed was doing those 3 sets of 12, those 2 sets of 15. They might not be the most optimal, but as I always say, if you enjoy something, you're gonna stick at it. So do something that you enjoy. So I'm back now doing a lot more volume training. Of course, it's the failure. I do every set with an RPE of 8 to 9, but I'm doing a lot of 2 sets of 12, 2 sets of 15. But yeah, it's very high volume. Absolutely love it. As regards to cardio, once again, this is also fasted. You might ask me, Sean, what is the best kind of cardio to do during a cutting phase? Me personally, I stick to the Stairmaster. I do this 4 times per week, so same amount as my weight days, and I do it for 30 minutes each day. I aim to get my heart rate above 140 beats per minute because that puts your body in more so of a fat loss state, and as well as that, I also aim to get around 10 to 12,000 steps in per day. Why are you doing it fasted? Me personally, it makes me more dialed in and more focused when I'm training if I don't eat beforehand. Back in the day, the cavemen just get to wake up, have a nice breakfast. No, they had to go hunting first. They had to fucking achieve something first, and then they can eat. So I'm basically a fucking caveman. I'm a fucking Viking, right? So I need to train first, and then I will get to have my food. And you might be watching this and saying, Sean, how do you have energy in the mornings? First of all, your cortisol spikes straight away in the morning. There you go, natural energy. Hence why you don't need coffee when you wake up straight away as well. Secondly, when you train fasted, you stimulate your sympathetic nervous system, so you will have energy. Also, fasted cardio will also improve insulin sensitivity levels. As I'm a diabetic, my blood sugars always stay amazing after I do fasted workouts. Okay, so now my nutrition. I'm currently having 4 meals per day. A breakfast, lunch, a snack and a dinner. Of course, this is all after I train in the mornings. I'm having a lot of foods such as eggs, brown bread, chicken, a lot of fucking chicken, rice, Greek yogurt, peanut butter, all of that. You need to have a healthy amount of proteins, carbs and fats every single day. So on training days, I'm having 2,300 calories and I'm having 200 grams of protein, 230 grams of carbohydrates and 68 grams of fat. And on my non-training days, I'm having 2,100 calories, 157 grams of protein, 264 grams of carbs and 48 grams of fat. I actually have a whole video on exactly what I eat, so if you want to go watch that, feel free, because that is every single meal that I have throughout my days. So as well as nutrition, water intake. I'm having around 3 liters of water every single day right now. To be honest, I don't even track it because I definitely drink more than that. Like, I always have water next to me, like right here, boom, and boom, haven't even drank them yet. I find it very, very easy to drink water. But if you're someone that struggles to drink water, get something like a dilute, like my Waddy, pour it into your water and drink that throughout the day. It makes it so much easier. I also recommend that the first glass of water that you have in the morning, put a little bit of salt in it. Helps you hydrate better, and it's also full of fucking electrolytes. Perfect way to start the day. You'll be feeling fresh instantly and you will thank me. Supplements. Sean, what supplements are you taking? Is there any fat burners, SARMs, and Tren? What are you taking? So to be quite honest with you, I'm not taking any fat burners or nothing. As regards to creatine, to be honest, I was taking it at the start, but I often forget to take creatine, so that's really on and off, so I wouldn't even say that I take it, to be honest. The 2 supplements I take every day, no matter what, is a multivitamin in the mornings and magnesium and zinc at night. Magnesium and zinc at night really helps me sleep, getting fantastic sleep actually. The quality of your sleep is boosted when you take magnesium. And the multivitamin, self-explanatory really. Multivitamin, very, very important. Make sure you take one of them. Sleep. So my sleep cycle. My sleep cycle is absolutely f***ed. I can't even sit here and lie and say 8 hours every single night. It is all over the place. My sleep has been so bad. I was editing all the time, all night, every night. My schedule has been f***ed because the most productive time for me now is at night time. So I have made it somewhat better, obviously, since starting the cut. Like, I've been going to sleep now at around 1 to 2 a.m. and waking up at around 9 to 11 a.m. It's not perfect whatsoever. So my sleep is definitely getting better, and I'm definitely like prioritizing it now for this cut because sleep is so important. It's literally when your body grows. So I'm definitely knuckling back down on it now. But if you want to improve your sleep, I'm here giving you tips on how to improve your sleep, even though mine isn't the best. But I'm fixing it now by using things such as blue light blockers before bed. Such a big helper. That magnesium supplement I was telling you about, take magnesium. The quality of your sleep is absolutely fantastic when you take it. Obviously turning off screens like 30 minutes to an hour before bed, and go to sleep and wake up at the same time every day. So what's going to be happening within these next 10 weeks? What will be changing out of that? First of all, my calories are probably going to go down more, realistically. My calories, I wouldn't be surprised if my training day calories drop down to 2,100, especially in the peak weeks. And I know about 3 weeks out would be carb loading a bit, having some refeed days to see how my body reacts to those carbohydrates, because obviously on the day of the photo shoot, we need to know exactly how many carbohydrates I must have to look my best. I know over the next few weeks my cardio is probably going to go up. I'm doing 30 minutes now, 4 times per week. It won't surprise me if that goes up to 30 minutes on the Stairmaster 5 or 6 times per week. Obviously, as regards to the weight training, nothing's going to change with that. Only the fact that I will be progressively overloading every single week. That's non-negotiable. My sleep, certainly going to have to improve. But yeah, that's kind of the next steps right now. So I put up on Instagram if you have any questions about this cut or anything, that I will be answering them in this video. And I picked out some of the questions here that I will answer right now. So first of all, craving hacks. How am I dealing with cravings during this cut? They are horrible. But I make sure that my meals are full up of fibre and protein. They're the 2 things that make you feel a lot more full. Obviously fiber helps with digestion as well, so it's very important. So that's the first thing, have a high fiber and high protein intake. Secondly, instead of using a big plate when you're having a meal, okay, use a smaller plate, because you are going to trick your mind into thinking that there's more food there. Thirdly, of course, water. Sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're actually just thirsty. Have a sup of water. See if you're still hungry afterwards. I bet you won't be. And as well, caffeine. If you're smart about your caffeine intake, obviously try not to have it after 4 p.m. But if you time it correctly, it actually suppresses your appetite. Now, next question is, how long should I be in a cutting phase for? Great question. If you're competing, or if you're doing like a photo shoot prep like me, for an example, or something like that, then you should listen to your coach. Like, you should, if you're at that level where you're actually doing something like that, you should have enough knowledge on when you should actually stop. However, if you just want to get lean and look good for the summer, then you should stop as soon as you start to feel weak, as soon as your energy levels start to decrease. That's when you should stop. Will your dick work at the end? You know what, this is actually a great question, because some people, they get so far into obviously a cutting phase or something, and down there decides to stop working. They can't get it to work at all. But of course it makes sense, because obviously if you're not eating enough food every single day, you're feeling very weak, you're doing a lot of cardio, you're literally depleted. That's due to go at some point, isn't it? Right, do you have a coach? Yes, of course I have a coach. I'm literally a coach, but I have a coach. Every great coach has another coach on top of him. I'm telling you. Reason being, accountability is so important. It's so important to have someone there that's literally guiding you through it all, that's keeping you accountable, helping you stay on top of your shit. Once you're doing a prep like this, where you're going to take it to the next level, get next level lean, you are going to be feeling shit. Like, realistically, you are going to be feeling shit, especially at the end. You need to have someone there that's obviously done it before, that can guide you, that can be a shoulder there for you to lean on. So yes, I do have a coach, absolutely fantastic coach, Troy Sutton. And not only just my coach, but also a fantastic friend of mine as well. Great guy. But it's very, 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 very important that for any kind of, you know, photo shoot prep, or if you're competing, or even cuts in general, to be honest, it's very important that you do have a coach. What's the plans after the cut? After the cut, okay, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm really thinking about potentially, okay, potentially being a hybrid athlete. Like, really getting into MMA and stuff, because I know I've done a bit of that recently now. But I don't think I'm actually going to focus so much on like bodybuilding, but more so on being more functional and just like looking good year round and feeling good. That's my main thing. I need to feel good all the time. So, good question, but I don't quite know the answer just yet, to be honest with you. But yeah, lads, that's the video for today. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for your time. If you haven't already, go down, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. If you want to get coached by me for $1 per day, first link in the description. Let's get it, lads. Let's get fucking shredded. And also, make sure that you're subscribed to me as well to keep up to date with my journey. In the last few weeks of my cut, I'll be documenting everything. I'm probably going to do some daily vlogs or something like that, because they will be the hard days that I want you all to see. Have a fantastic day, lads, and I'll speak to you soon.